My mom is really extra at Christmas. She loves decorating. And it's like a mixture of Mexican Christmas decorations and then just Christmas decorations in general.
Their tradition for Kenyans is what they call nyama choma, which is roasted goat. Christmas here is really different. I feel like a lot of it is so much more like razzle-dazzle type of deal, you know, where things are just really spruced up.
We do like a family gift exchange on Christmas Eve, and then Christmas morning we wake up and we open our stockings at our own pace.
Christmas was always a happy time for me because I was able to see a lot of family like I normally wouldn't see, and it would give us a reason to come together and eat and just kind of fellowship with each other, and I was able to see cousins I normally wouldn't see and talk with them.
I was so secretly gay that I was a secret for myself, so it never really came into play during holidays. There were other parts of my life where I had like identity struggles, but holidays were always just about family.
My brother and I were both Christian, but when I came out to him, he said to me, I know your relationship with God and I know who you are, so I trust you in whatever decision you make.
Well, when I came out to my immediate family, it was hard. It took a while to kind of get comfortable with it, but they were all very supportive from the get-go. I knew that I was always going to have their love no matter what, and they just kind of navigated with me.
Well, I was actually not out until last year to my family. Well, I felt like forced to come out as a result of the Pulse shootings. I didn't feel comfortable enough with spending the holiday season with them, so because I felt like it would just be this vicious cycle of making each other feel awkward, I decided not to spend Christmas with my family. I ended up spending it with my god family.
When I came out, my dad responded ideally like you would hope anyone would respond. My mom reacted. She reacted. Because me and my mom we're fairly close, and we would talk fairly often. So initially that kind of like dried up right away, and it was kind of awkward, and I knew she was uncomfortable and didn't know how to proceed. But over like the next 6 months, she slowly we started to hit those moments where it was like, oh, this just happened. This is what used to happen before he came out. Like, so all of those moments where it was like, hi, it's me. I'm exactly the same. Eventually we got enough of those, and so it started like moving back towards normal.
I think the person that comes to mind is my my aunt Norma, or my tia Norma. We both have a common crush on Henry Cavill, the actor who played Superman. So we talked about that, like how we both think he's cute and like, you know, stuff like that. And just in her own way, she would smile at me and just show affection and just show me, without actually saying it, but show me like, it's totally okay that you're gay. I have no problem with it.
If you think there's someone gay in your family, what do? Well, you report them. No, I'm kidding. Okay. You know, I think it's important to really get to know them.
It's tricky because we're navigating between these two extremes. You know, on one hand, we can feel painfully awkward from being raw and honest with our family, and on the other hand, we might feel really suppressed from having to close off that and filter that part of our experience. But safety really only happens in spaces without filters, and if your family insists that you need to keep your filter on, I feel like it's fair to feel that you might have to apply a filter of your own and be like, hey, I love you guys, but being with you guys might not be the healthiest thing for me right now.
From my stance, for a family that is non-affirming but not hostile, I think that it's in my interest and in their best interest to really focus on the things that we share, because it's so much for us to handle, and we have years and years of dealing with it. They get it all at once. Just pace them a little, give them what you think they can handle, and show them the parts of you that'll help them learn and progress through this in the same way that we have as we came out.
I think what you'll find is that when you allow them to be more of themselves, you'll have a deeper and better relationship than you had before, and it really won't be all that different, and what you're really scared of probably won't even happen.
And of all people who should know and should accept and love you, it should be your family.
Well, I feel like ultimately the holidays are about togetherness, you know, and recognizing that, hey, we're all in the same boat. But sometimes we realize like, oh, maybe my aunt or maybe my grandpa or maybe my mom doesn't want to be with me, or maybe she wants to be with me but she doesn't know how to be with me. So I feel like it's fair to, paddle off elsewhere and find people who are willing to be on that journey with you during Christmas.
It's so cheesy, but for me the holidays are really about like it's your family, and I know it's like the cookie cutter answer, but more than family, it's relationships and connections, and just spending that time with the people that are important to you.